Here we're looking at this year's seedling stand. It's a mixture of big blue stem, Indian grass, side oats. What I wanted to show you though is what is an acceptable plant population for a native grass seeding for forage production. So I've marked off a square yard here from in front of my knee to here, and it goes back up in there. And in that square yard, so 9 square feet, we've got about 45 seedlings, or about 5 seedlings per square foot. So that is a very well stocked stand. In fact, what we always tell folks is about 1 plant per square foot is an adequate and in fact desirable production stand. And let me show you something. So here I've got an individual seedling. That seedling at maturity is going to fill up an area at least this big around. Same thing with all these others. So in fact, these plants will barely have enough room to grow in here if they all survive. So even if that looks a little sparse to you or looks a little bare to you, that isn't absolutely acceptable. In fact, that's a trophy seedling stand right there at 5 plants per square foot. I want to show you a little bit lower density, and we're going to compare that. This square yard right here only has about 1 plant per square foot, or about 10 plants in the square yard. So a lot fewer plants than the 45 we just showed you, but once again, this is a fully stocked stand. So when each one of these plants reaches maturity and fills up, there's not really going to be any space in here, and we're going to have a level of production that is about as high as the acre will give us, given that kind of stocking. This plot right here only has about 4 plants per square yard, so less than a plant per 2 square feet. That's kind of a threshold for us. Below that, we really think that we're starting to see a negative impact on yield. While at 1 plant per square foot, if we gain additional plants, we're not gaining additional yield. We've hit a flat line in terms of yield. Between a plant per 1 square foot and a plant per 2 square feet, we do see a little drop off in yield. Not enough where I would bother replanting the stand though. And again, as these individual plants fill in, what you're going to see is you've got pretty darn good coverage of the square yard. And so I think it's going to be reasonably satisfactory and at a threshold above which I really wouldn't bother to reseed. Now if we get below this level, then we need to think about reseeding or overseeding.